Hey guys, welcome to the stream. So listen, as I said, so I have some things I have to do today. I actually have to go to the dentist, not looking forward to that. When I get back, the prices are going up. So if you do sign up today, you'll be locked in at the current price. After that, I'm going to leave stocks the same price. Bitcoin altcoin chart is going to go up at the same price as stocks, and tutorial is going to go up to 199. So again, if you want to get that today, you can, but later today that's going to go up. So listen, a lot of people have been saying that I'm always bearish. I never have bullish calls. I'm always wrong. My rings don't work. And I understand that black swan events, that the definition of a black swan event is something that is unpredictable, unforeseen. I'm going to argue that you can predict black swan events. So I'm going to show you all of this and why I feel so confident that we are entering a bear market, and this has to do with the stock market. Yeah, I did have it. I did have a chart that predicted 300K by the end of December, and if the stock market does not have a correction, and I am wrong, I will say this right now: if the stock market does not correct and we continue up, that target that might get hit. We might hit 100,000, 200,000, but if the stock market corrects, I do not see that happening. So let's go to a few things. So I have my H1 chart here. If you sign up, you get access to all coins and Bitcoins. By the way, let me give you guys a link if you do want to sign up. And follow along here, guys. I want to show you why these rings, they do work. If you follow along, you'll see why they work, and then you'll see why I'm so confident about this potential correction for the Dow Jones. And obviously, the Dow Jones comes down, the other markets will come down as well. And if you watch my previous videos, you know. I mean, I've been telling you, the U.S. dollar. I covered why I'm expecting this crash, but I'm going to show you other stuff too to help you kind of understand why. But guys, if you do want to sign up, this is the link. Remember, today the prices are still the same. When I get back today after the dentist, the prices go up. That is a link if you want to sign up. So again, this is the H1 chart. If you sign up, these are the two I'm trading, or the three I'm trading right now: the H1, the C1, and the G1 right here. This is the Dow Jones. This is US dollar. See, the dollar is coming down. You can see the Dow's down 174 points. Market's open in about, 1 minute. So let's get on to this, guys. I didn't plan this out too well. Didn't get too much sleep last night either. Alright, so let's go to this. Alright, hold on. Alright, markets are open. Let's see what's going on here. We did hold support. This is a trend line to pay attention to. So look, before I get into this, we are holding support right here. You can see the meat of the candle on the 3 hour is right above here. Next resistance above to watch is 63,094. You can see we held support here at 60,415. And you can see our current resistance right now is this blue trend line right here. If we get above this blue trend line, currently our resistance is around 62,600. If we get above that, the ultimate top, as far as I'm concerned, for Bitcoin will be this yellow line. And notice that I'm telling you the Dow Jones, the top will be this red ring. Whenever we make contact, I believe this is a point that we will start coming down. And notice here on the G1 chart, these are both on the daily. I think this is the 4 hour actually. But if you notice on the G1 chart, even if we push up, you'll notice that this line is coming down. So this plays right along with this ring on the Dow Jones and the G1 chart, showing me potentially we're going to start coming down. I'm going to break all this down for you. Okay, so first of all, let's cover the fact that people say I only have bearish calls. And understand why people might feel that way, because every time I make a video, I'm always saying, oh, look, I think we're topped out and we're potentially going to come down. Obviously, if I'm saying we're going to drop, it's bearish. Maybe I shouldn't say topped out. Maybe I should say temporarily topped out. But that's what I do. And I put up a video. I try to give you a point to potentially sell, short, and then find a point lower to buy back in or long. That is the point. So yeah, if I put up videos, they're typically bearish because it means, hey, I think we're possibly topped out to drop. So yeah, I get it. People say I'm bearish. But let's cover a few of these, all right? I got quite a few windows open. If you want to take the time and pay attention, maybe you'll learn something. I don't know. A lot of you have short attention span. So right here, if you follow me on Twitter, my Twitter is private, okay? So if I'm telling you something, so it says right here, C1, H1, almost perfect support. So this would have been a point to buy in. We found support here, and we found support here. So this was a buy-in point. So let's see how this played out. This was October 16th. I was showing that this was a falling wedge. If you break above this point, you can push up. Let's see here. Then we did push up. When I talk about confluence of multiple charts, matching support levels, this is what I'm referring to. We have matching support levels on 2 different charts. When that happens, I feel safer buying in. That's what I'm talking about. If you have support here and support another chart, that's likely a point to buy in. Notice we pushed up. I did change this. This became a said H1, we break the upside or test bottom of channel soon. This is 19 hours ago. This is how it played out. We got rejected at this trend line. Notice I adjusted it, made it a channel. We got rejected and we came down, right? We came down. Once we broke this trend line, we dropped. I update these charts. These charts are live. Every time, you know, I see something, I update the charts. When you load the charts, you see those changes. So I'm constantly updating charts and telling you what I find, what patterns we're in. So you can see what happened here, and then I made another tweet here. Said the next daily candle open 2 hours 17 minutes, but right here we are back above the support we broke down from. I have no idea which way this is going to go. The MACD and RSI is very unclear about direction, but that wick down could just be liquidating some longs before more upside. Just a thought, implying that since we had a wick down and pushed back up above support, that was to liquidate longs before further upside. And you can see that is what happened. We pushed back up above. I said once we get above this point, expect more upside. And that's exactly what happened, guys. We pushed all the way back up to our resistance. And I said, if you're at this point, look what I said here. I said, I told you I would be short. Well, actually right here, we're at key resistance on G1. Remember, if we push above, next target is yellow line. As long as we are under blue line, I would be short. So as long as we're under this blue line, I said be short. People in Discord were saying, no, we're going to go long. It's going to go up. But look what happened. We got rejected. We came straight down, and we're still been dropping from this point. 2 charts, confluence for resistance, we dropped. And this is where I made the post about the tweet. So let's go into this. So people say that I'm always wrong about my calls and that I'm never bullish. Well, guys, pay attention to what I'm saying. This video I put out on September 6th. I was telling you what I thought was going to play out. We were going to ride down this ring. I said we potentially push up, 53K to be the top. You come down, you buy at the ring, we would push up. I even made a video, I said 48, push up to 48K, and then we come down, and this was a point to buy. This was my bullish call. This was saying, look, this is the point to take your profit, 53K, and this is your point to buy in around 39,000 to ride it up. And this is how it played out. Watch how it played out. This is published August 29th. If I hit play, look. It did exactly what I said. We pushed up to 53K right here where this red ring and this white ring intersect. Look what happened. We pushed up 53K. You buy at the ring. We push up to 48K. We drop down to 39K. This was your point to buy and ride up. It's up to you how long you want to stay in. Let's go on to the next one. This was a video I put out on August 28th. I said that we were in this pattern. I said when we drop down to this blue ring, this is the point to buy, right? This, again, August 28, 2021. Well, look how this played out. This is the same chart. This is published December 14, 2020. This is this blue ring. Take note, you got this resistance line here and this support level here. So this is the pattern we're in. I said when you break down from it, when you hit this blue ring, this is where you buy. Giving you a point to buy, a bullish call. Yes, bearish because you're going to drop, bullish where you buy in. And look how it played out when I hit play. Notice this line here, this line here. This is our resistance support. This is that blue ring. Watch what happens. We got rejected, support, resistance. Where did we drop down to? Right where I said, when you hit this point, buy. Look, we hit the point, we pushed up. We pushed up all the way to here. I'm not going to play this all the way out. I'm just showing you some of the calls I made. This one here, guys, I was calling the top at 65K. Right here, 64,620. I was referencing this orange ring right here. We topped out at 65K and came down. I was showing you, when we hit 65K, I expect us to come down. This is the 21 week moving average right here. You can see how this, and this was further along. You see we topped out at this ring and came down. I was even showing you in this video, May 2nd, 2021, that we were potentially in head and shoulders, and where was our target? This white ring and this red ring. That is where you buy. Notice I had this line drawn up. So this is my bearish call to come down. My bullish call, this is where you buy at the white and the red ring to push back up. Well, let's see how that played out. This is the orange ring I said we get rejected. This is the white and red ring I said we'd come down. Again, pay attention right here. White ring, red ring, orange ring. If I hit play, look how it played out. It played out exactly as I said. We topped out right here at this ring, 65K. We dropped right down where these rings intersect. This was your buy. We pushed up, we got rejected. We hit this ring, you buy. We pushed up. That played out perfectly. If you think that this isn't, if this doesn't work, I'm showing you right now that it does. This here, so let's go back, all right? And actually, the very first video I put out, I don't really talk about this because it's the first video and I was kind of coming into my own with this. This was the first video I put out. Let me go all the way down here. Very first video. And the very first video I did, it says BTC price prediction. This was 3 years ago. My first video, these are animations I did. First video I did was 3 years ago. Bitcoin price prediction, 50% drop soon. It played out exactly. That's when we dropped. That's when we dropped from what, $6,000 to $3,000. That one played out perfectly. Very first video I put up. But let's go back. So this was a chart I published back on June 24th, 2019, and this goes along to what I'm saying about the Dow Jones. People say you can't predict moves with rings. This is a bunch of voodoo hoodoo. It's impossible. You can't predict black swan events. I'm trying to show you, if you understand this method of charting, you actually can predict moves, tops and bottoms. Remember, people use fib retracements. What does fib stand for? Fibonacci. That's how you find the golden pocket. That's how you know when you hit this support, you can buy. If you hit this resistance, you sell. Fib rings. Fib is short for Fibonacci. Fibonacci circles. All right. That's basically it is timing, support, and resistance. If you understand my method, I teach you in my tutorials from scratch how to create these charts. Well, let's see how this played out. So again, I published this on June 24, 2019. I said this right here is a capitulation ring. Once we cross this ring, we're coming down. If I hit play, look how it played out. Once we crossed this point, we dropped. We rode right. So if you had access to this chart, when you came down and hit this next white ring, this next yellow ring, it pushed up. And I said at this point, when we crossed the ring, I expect us to drop. That was a call I got wrong. We actually pushed up higher. People were leaving comments, you don't know what you're talking about. We're in a bull run. We're going higher and higher. I said, no, it's a bull trap. Watch out. And what happened? We dropped. But look, we hit the next ring, pushed up, crossed it. Where do we drop to? The next ring and pushed up. So you had access to this chart. You knew to buy here, get out when you cross, buy when you hit it, and then it crossed and kind of went sideways. This is another one, guys. I would love to show you the tweet I had. This chart was published on November 23rd, 2019. This is my peak of the bull run chart, my original chart. I gave you guys a perfect bottom. I'd made a tweet when price was coming down. I was already showing you we could drop down to potentially 5,000 or lower. But notice how we're respecting these red rings here, right? I made a tweet. Guys, were you around when I said that our bottom would be around, I think I said it was like 3,800 or 3,900. Were you guys here when I made that tweet? Yeah, I'm going to explain the crash, all right? You have to understand, I'm waiting for a particular ring on the Dow. It's at an angle. If it pushes straight up, we hit it sooner. If we go sideways, it takes longer. That's why I'm saying October through November. But again, this was a chart I created back on November 23rd, and I made a tweet when we were dropping. I said, this is the point we're going to catch support. When you're respecting a ring or a fib circle to the left, you'll respect it to the right. Notice where we bottom. I made a tweet saying, guys, we are going to bottom on this ring. If I hit play, look what happened. We bottomed to this to the tick. When we were coming down, I made a tweet. I said, guys, I'm buying at this red ring. I bought here. Everybody following me on Twitter bought here, and we rode it up. So if you bought in here and stayed in here, then you rode this all the way up to 65K. That played out perfectly. You might think this is crazy. These charts cannot be edited. Once I create these charts, they stay the same. This one here. So the stock market, guys, and again, this, maybe I got lucky. We're going to find out. I didn't know about COVID. I published this chart on January 7th, 2020 for the Dow Jones. This white ring and this blue ring, I'm going to show you how this played out. I was expecting when we crossed it that we'd be coming down to hit my targets, predicting stocks, Dow Jones Industrial Average, we were going to have a crash in February, late February, before COVID. If I hit play, look what happened. We crashed, guys. We crashed. We came all the way down here, bottomed on this ring. So this is predicting the first stock market crash. And then right here, I made a video on February 17th, 2020, talking about Bitcoin was going to have a drop as well. This chart here, every time we cross a yellow ring, we drop. Cross yellow ring, drop. We're moving right up this yellow ring. What's going to happen when you cross it? Drop. This is the chart. This is how it played out. And it goes back further. Look, we cross this ring, we drop. We cross this yellow ring, we drop. We cross this yellow ring, we drop. What's going to happen when you cross this yellow ring? Well, look. And right here, capitulation ring, right here, Bitstamp 219.20. We crossed it, and what happened? We dropped. And look, I even gave you a support level down here on this chart. So again, I'm trying to show you these charts do predict moves, they predict tops, they predict bottoms. This chart here. Now guys, I admit I've had some wrong calls in the past. This is probably my biggest, this is probably one of the calls I got really wrong. But understand what I'm showing you and why I got it wrong. And I did change once it got past this point. But notice every time we hit this red ring, we get rejected. If you had access to this chart, you hit the red ring, just sell. You go down to this point if you want to buy. When you get to the red ring, what do? You friggin' sell. You short. You come down, you test the 21 week, you buy. And this is the point where I got wrong. I expected since we hit this ring and got rejected here, I figured when we hit this point, we get rejected again. It happened the first 2 times. Why not predict it would happen the 3rd time? Well, what happened, we pushed above it and it became support. So yeah, I was wrong. We didn't get rejected, but I did make a video after that saying, look, now that we're above it, every time you hit it, as it is now support. It was resistance. Now this red ring be support. So every time you hit it, you buy to ride it up. Let's see how it played out. It became support, we pushed up. And that is the same red ring we came down and bottomed on. Notice we bottomed on this white ring again. We got rejected at this blue ring. We came down, we pushed up, found support, and pushed up. So I'm showing you these rings are accurate. The DXY, this is another example of showing a ring predicting what's going to happen. I said we were going to move up. We moved up. This is the DXY, the US dollar. We moved up this this orange ring. We crossed it, came down. We found support on this ring. We crossed it, we came down. So it only made sense, since every time you hit a ring, you move up, hit a ring, you move up. It made sense when we hit this ring, we'd move up. And what happens when you cross it? You drop. Well, look how it played out. We pushed up it. As soon as you cross it, bam, down we came down. So let me zoom out and show you even further the power of these rings. You can't tell this is a ring unless you really zoom out. But I was able to give you a support. This ring right here, watch when I hit play. We came down and found perfect support, pushed up, almost hit it. So look, I'm telling you, something's going to happen. We're not far off from where these rings converge. I think the dollar is going to push up. And keep this in mind, guys. Look right here. So let me go back to this. So take note on this chart. This is my Dow Jones chart. And this is the other thing. People say, well, you can use trend lines and you can kind of get an idea where support and resistance levels are. Yes, you can. But understand that right here where we found support on this Dow Jones chart, right here, we found support on the 27th of September 2000. So this is through September 2021. September through October, we found support. Guys, this chart was created. Look how far back this chart was created. Let's see here. Dow Jones chart. Let me go to it. So this chart, look. Okay, so we're going to go all the way out and show you that ring where you found support. And keep in mind, this was published on January 7th, 2020, right? So if we keep pushing, right here, look, resistance, support, we pushed up, all right? So let's keep going forward. And let's keep going more forward. This is that ring I'm talking about that's going to push us down. But look, right here where I said, right here, this support level, it's an orange ring now, it was a blue ring. I had that support level created a year in advance. Look, we found support on this blue ring, this an orange ring. This support level had been here for over a year and still respecting it. So you say, can you predict a black swan event? Well, if we zoom out of this chart, yeah, I think you can predict a black swan event. This was originally where I was calling for a crash. This white ring pushed us down. This white ring, we were at resistance, it pushed us down. This is the next ring. Go back and watch previous videos. I've showed you why. We've got a supply chain there's supply chain problems. They can't get stuff delivered. You got the stuff with Evergrande. You got, I guess in China, they don't have their power shortages. They can't get coal. There are so many things going on. You got COVID. I know it's not as bad now as it was, but so many things are going on. And we're at this ring. It shows me it is very likely we're going to have a correction. If the stock market corrects, I've showed you in previous videos, if the stock market has a correction, Bitcoin's going to correct as well. So guys, do you understand? You're saying, yep, he published those charts long. Yeah, these charts are old. January 7, 2020. And if I go edit, guys, I can't do anything. I can change the title. I can change the description. I can change the category. But that's it. I can save those changes. I can't edit the chart, guys. Once you publish a chart's published. That's it. So I hope you understand that you can predict moves with these charts. And I'm telling you, this chart right here is what the Dow Jones, I'm expecting. It is also possible. I would like to point this out, guys, and just to be transparent. You notice this ring right here. This is that first prediction I made. Notice we did push above this red ring, all right? And we topped out at this orange ring. So that is a possibility. If you notice the next ring where we got rejected, we got rejected right at this orange ring, but the red ring was an indicator that we'd be coming down, right? So we dropped down, I think it was a little over 10%. Support, resistance, support, and then we pushed up. But if you'll notice, if I can get this damn thing working, if you'll notice right here, this is that next red ring. So it is possible, and I was hoping for this. I'm waiting to see what happens. The markets are down 142. I want the markets to push up because I want to hit this point. I'd even be happier if we pushed up to this point because I showed you that first ring and we got a correction, right? If we push above this ring and get rejected, 35, this is 36,000. If we did push up, I do believe that's the absolute top. It is possible we hit this ring and get rejected from this point. I would love for us to push up to 36,000 because that'd be the ideal point to put in a short for me on the Dow. So this is what I'm waiting to see what happens. If we move sideways, right? If we continue sideways, it takes longer to hit this ring. People say, well, why do you say October or November? Well, it depends on what price does. If price pushes straight up, that would be the ideal point to short. That is the top. We're coming down from here. If we continue sideways, it takes longer to hit that point. That's why I'm saying it could be October, late October, early November. But you say you can't predict a black swan event? Well, you know what? We're going to find out soon enough. I do believe this ring is going to start the bear market for the Dow, the NASDAQ, the S&P, and I've showed you in previous videos, when the markets come down, Bitcoin gets hit twice as hard. That is what I'm waiting for. And again, with everything with Evergrande and China and supply issues and Christmas coming up, it used to cost $2,000 to ship a shipping container. Now it costs $25,000 for one container. Things are just very bad. And seeing that all take place when we're hitting my next possible ring for a rejection further confirms for me that we are coming down. That is why I'm saying that we're entering a bear market. So do you guys understand why I feel so confident about this potential crash? Why I believe Bitcoin is entering a bear market and we have much more downside? I'm actually looking at the chat, so if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Kinda? All right. Well, I tried to show everything I possibly could. I tried to show you that these rings do work. I do make some bullish calls. I've made predictions that played out a month in advance. I'm curious to see if USDT collapsed. Look, I've heard people say that USDT is somehow tied into this Evergrande thing. I don't know that. I haven't seen any facts. People have been hinting at it. I can tell you that I would prefer to be in USDC or USD, depending on what exchange you're on. I would not be in USD Tether, but that's your choice. It's probably safe right now, but I wouldn't be in it. Yeah, no problem, guys. So, yeah, and that's just it. People say, well, I want an exact date. All I can tell you is, this is what I'm waiting to see. If you have access to my stocks charts, and guys, remember, if you sign up for Bitcoins, altcoins, precious metals, Discord, and Twitter, that is at $39 a month, all right? If you want stocks, that's $59 a month. That is separate from Bitcoins and altcoins. If you want my tutorials right now, it's $149. Later today, that's going to be $199. Later today, if you want to sign up for Bitcoins and altcoin charts, Discord and Twitter, that's going to be around either $49 or $59 a month. But if you already subscribed, that price will not change for you. It's just for new subscribers. But yes, guys, I do believe if we push up, because of what's going on with the Dow chart and what I'm seeing playing out, if we do push above, now I told you to short here. We dropped a total of, almost 5.5%. If you just sold here and bought back here, you did pretty good. If you shorted this with leverage, you did fantastic. I am saying it is possible. We could push up to 66,000 depending when you make contact, but I am also telling you this is the top for Bitcoin. I do not seeing us going to 100K. If we push up, you'll get rejected here. If the Dow pushes up, it'll get rejected right here. And if it is possible, we could push up to this orange ring here, but at this point, it's downhill from here. Yeah, look, I'll make an XMR chart. That's not a priority for me right now. I'm trying to show you that potentially Bitcoin and the stock market is about to have a major correction. That is all I'm showing you right now, and I'm trying to show you how these rings and these charts actually work and can predict moves way in advance, predict support and resistance levels years out. What is the chance I'm wrong? Look, you're right. I could be wrong. I'm just showing you why I believe that this is the case. You don't have to believe me. I'm not telling you to sell. I don't want to be responsible for you selling and missing out on it going higher. I can tell you this. Forest Fin treasure was found, right? Yeah, well, I showed you where it was and I posted that. But yeah, that was just something I did for fun. And it was found where I said it was at, which was kind of cool. But guys, I'm just showing you, yeah, it is possible I could be wrong, but I'm showing you why I think this is the case, guys. I think that we are topped out with the Dow, the Nasdaq, the S&P. We are going to be coming down. This red ring to me is the point. Everything changes. So if you want to be patient, see what happens. Yeah, if you can't wait till November, fine, do what the hell you want. But I'm telling you, to me, this is the next black swan event that people can't predict. Well, you know what? I think you can predict them, and this is it. Do you expect a huge and long period? Yeah, and that's the other thing. So I'm not saying that we're going to have a crash the same day. I'm saying that over a period of months, this could continue down. That's why when I showed you in that previous video with RSI and Bitcoin, it could be flatlined for like 500 days. Yeah, I'm saying that it's possible. It's going to take a long time to come down, but I do believe we are topped out to come down. This will be a slow bleed down bear market. If you look at the previous bear markets, we dropped this support, we pushed back up. We dropped this support, we pushed back up. We tested support so many times until we finally broke it and had a drop. And I'm also telling you, and I do have a chart for this, if things get very bad, the stock market has a major correction. Yes, Bitcoin will follow it. It did during the COVID crash. I don't see why it'd be any different this time. I don't think it's disconnected from the stock market or it's going on its own way. It's going to follow the stock market. Bitcoin and crypto is a risk-on asset. So people are not going to take a chance. If the markets are correcting, they're going to jump out of crypto, and crypto is going to crash twice as hard. That is why that happened back during the COVID crash. Recently signed up for your service and sent a couple emails. Twitter, Discord. After this video, I will respond to emails. If I haven't, trust me, I will get to them. So you don't need to send more than one. If you send an email, I will check it. If we push up, well, again, if we pushed straight up, the peak of the bull run chart, the G1 chart is all you need to pay attention to. If we push straight up right now, right past this resistance right here, 62,600, your target would be right up here at 68,200 before you get rejected. I doubt that would happen. I think it's going to go more sideways and up if we get above this point. We could come back, we can go back, test this point, push back up, then we'll get rejected here. But I do believe that this yellow line, this is a flip channel line. Price has been respecting it. This is the point you get rejected and come down. But that pretty much covers everything, all right? Just give it time, all right? If you're in, I'm not saying sell, but set a stop loss. We know for a fact, at least I do, I know that this is your strongest support level. All of the charts I show, look, right here, I see we're pushing up, guys. Probably people are getting bullish. But, you know, this right here was to liquidate longs. This was to liquidate shorts. They are having fun. I think this is an exit scam before things get, they're already bad. I think they're cashing in right now. But look, if we come down 58,352, right? If we come down, this target right here is 57,000 to 58,000 right here. And then you've got your major support level right here at 58,228. That is a lot of confluence. So look, if you want to stay in and you don't want to sell, if you're hodling to ride this up, have your stop set around 57,000. If you're okay with losing that much, because you could come down and get stopped out and it pushes back up. But again, if you want to stay in, your strongest support is around 58,200. So if you want to be in, have your stop down around 57,000 so you don't get stopped out. We could come down to 58,000 and push higher. But pay attention to this yellow line. I think this is the top. The Dow Jones, I believe this is the top, and I think we are coming down. That is why I'm saying we're in a bear market. Not because Bitcoin isn't bullish or the fundamentals, just entirely based on the fact that the stock market looks like it's ready to have a major correction. That's it. And then seeing all the stuff that's going on around the world, how bad it is, it just seems like that is the point it's going to happen. So again, guys, if you do want to sign up and take advantage of the current prices, you can sign up here. This is the link. Remember, tutorials go up to $199. Bitcoin and altcoins is going to go up to either $49 or $59. I'm going to think about that while I'm at the dentist getting tortured. But again, this is the link, guys, if you do want to sign up. And again, you do get access to our Discord. There's a lot of people in there that want to help each other out. They share their trades. You get access to my Twitter, which is private, where I just showed you earlier. You know, I keep you updated, you know, what I think is going to happen, support and resistance levels. And you get access to the charts 24/7. They're live. You click the link, they load up. You can look at it on your cell phone, on your tablets, on your computer, whatever. And I do keep updating these charts as price moves along. Try to show you what I see. But guys, that's pretty much it. Just pay attention. I think within the next, again, by the end of this month, beginning of next month, I think everything's going to come down. Remember, they got the debt ceiling issue going on. They did get an extension on it, but they're just kicking the can down the road a little further. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with that. But guys, I think I covered everything. Rewind the video back if you like, and please go back and watch previous videos because, you know, I'm telling you what I'm expecting as price moves along. All right, guys, I'm going to kill this stream. I'm out. Got things to do, but I will make posts on Twitter and keep you guys updated there and in Discord. I'm out. Trade safe, trade smart. Peace.